As migrants continue to flow across the southern border, Trump's Remain in Mexico policy is due back in court, but the Biden administration continues to fight it. Joining us now is Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. So, General Paxton, even though Remain in Mexico is back, the administration has been dragged kicking and screaming in going back to Remain in Mexico, and they're still fighting in court, aren't they?
No, that's absolutely true. They took forever to implement, even after we had a court order telling them that they had to follow federal law. They were not exempt from federal law. And I'm not surprised that they would continue to fight it. They don't like it. They want to allow as many illegal immigrants in this country as fast as possible. And I think they've made that clear from day one.
So if they're forced to do it, though, I mean, are you going to monitor their compliance with this? Because the court said they have to go back to it.
Absolutely. We are going to watch the monthly numbers. We asked the court to enforce this because even after it went all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court and we won, we didn't feel like it was moving forward. So we actually filed a motion to enforce, which would require that they give us information about what's actually happening. So, yeah, we're going to be watching very carefully because they've shown no history of actually complying with the law.
But beyond getting information from them, are you actively going to monitor whether or not they're complying by sending out agents and making sure they're doing what they say they do?
Yeah, so we're going to be watching both the federal numbers from Border Patrol, which usually are pretty good numbers, but we're also watching what our local officials are saying. We're also talking to state police and our National Guard to find out what they're saying. So I'm down there a fair bit, and I try to get information. I think we get pretty good information. It tends to be fairly consistent no matter who you ask or what agency you ask.
What about COVID protocols? We know that they were not applying COVID protocols to the illegal immigrants that they were applying to the rest of us, to U.S. citizens, and then letting these unprotected migrants go all over the country in these secret trips. Is that improving at all, or are they still up to the same thing?
So to me, it looks like even though we've been fighting them over the vaccine mandates for U.S. citizens where you have a choice between your job and your health, they don't require vaccinations for illegals, and they don't test most of them. So I don't think they want to know if they have COVID, and certainly they don't seem to want to prevent it as it relates to illegals. And then, as you said, they send them around the country to secret places. I think a lot of Republican states end up with higher COVID numbers because of it.
Well, has it happened to you in Texas?
I think there's no doubt that the number of people coming across the border with COVID has affected our numbers. I don't know how you track it all because we don't know where all these people are. The federal government is not transparent about where they send these people.
Now, bottom line is you in Texas and other border states have taken on the role of doing what the federal government used to be responsible for in terms of guarding the border. I understand you actually have an armada of boats now in parts of the Rio Grande to prevent people from swimming or wading across. Is that true?
Yeah, it's crazy. We've spent billions of dollars trying to build a wall, trying to provide more agents on our side. We have more equipment, we have helicopters, we have boats, we have this armada that you're talking about. And it's unfortunate because this is the job of the federal government, but we're incurring the costs because we would incur the costs otherwise of illegal immigration and all its negative impact.
Have you added it up? I mean, do you know how much more you are now paying because of Biden's pullback in doing what they're responsible for, protecting the border?
I think the number from last session, which ended in May, and then there were a couple special sessions, was around $2 billion. That's a significant number for our state, and we, over the past decade and more, we've spent billions of dollars that otherwise we shouldn't have had to spend because the federal government has refused to do its job.
Well, and meanwhile, there are other ways in which this administration is going against Texas, in particular. The Department of Justice is taking on for redistricting and things like that. Explain.
Yeah, this is deja vu all over again. The Biden administration is not unique in this. It was Obama that first sued us about 10 years ago, claiming that we had some type of racial discrimination. We won that lawsuit. It took years and years, dragged on forever. I'm confident that this time it will not take as long and that we will be vindicated, and that the elected representatives of our state will control this rather than the Biden administration trying to force more Democratic line drawing so that they can take over Texas.
But it does seem to be a vendetta, doesn't it?
You know, it never stops. It's not just this. They tried to take away our Medicaid money. We won that. It just seems like it's a nonstop attack on Texas just because we're a Republican state.
Right. It's extraordinary. Well, thank you for being here. Attorney General Ken Paxton from the great state of Texas. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you.